If you're over 60 and you're still eating eggs the exact same way you did in your 30s, there are a few things your body handles differently now, and almost nobody explains them clearly. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what changes, what actually still holds up, and how to eat eggs the smart way after 60 so you get all the benefits without the confusion. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back to Biotic Blueprint, the channel that breaks down what's actually happening with your health, minus the confusing science jargon. Now right away, let me clear something up. This video is not going to tell you eggs are bad. In fact, what the actual current research says might surprise you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how eggs affect your cholesterol and heart health after 60, how many you can actually eat, and the one simple habit that matters more than the eggs themselves. Stick around, because the recommended portion for people your age might be higher than you'd expect. Let me tell you a common story. Someone in their 50s or 60s remembers hearing decades ago eggs raise your cholesterol, cut back. So they did. Egg whites only. Maybe one egg a week, if that, for years. Here's the problem: that advice was based on outdated guidance from back in 1968, and updated science has actually moved in a very different direction since then. Meanwhile, that same person might be missing out on one of the most efficient, affordable protein sources available exactly when their body needs more protein than ever to fight something called age-related muscle loss. So today, we're fixing that confusion for good. Let's start with the cholesterol myth itself. Okay, here's the actual science, kept simple. For decades, health guidelines capped dietary cholesterol at 300 milligrams a day, and specifically told people to limit eggs. But that guidance was dropped years ago, and as of the most recent 2026 American Heart Association dietary guidance, dietary cholesterol is no longer even considered a primary target for heart disease risk reduction for most people. Why the change? Because the science actually showed that dietary cholesterol, the cholesterol in your food, doesn't raise your blood cholesterol nearly as much as scientists once assumed. Your liver naturally adjusts how much cholesterol it produces based on what you eat. Think of it like a thermostat. Eat a bit more dietary cholesterol, and for most people, your body naturally compensates by producing a little less on its own. It's not a simple one-in, one-stays system like people used to assume. The problem this solves: the guilt and confusion around eating something you actually enjoy and need nutritionally, based on outdated advice. What actually matters more: saturated fat intake overall, not the cholesterol number on an egg carton. And coming up, I'll show you exactly why your protein needs actually go up after 60, and why eggs might be one of the smartest foods on your plate for that specific reason. Let's keep going. Why protein needs increase after 60? Here's something most people don't realize: as you age, your body naturally starts losing muscle mass, a process called sarcopenia. And to fight it, your protein needs don't decrease with age, they actually go up compared to when you were younger. It's like your body becomes less efficient at using protein for muscle repair. So it needs a bit more raw material to do the same job it used to do easily. This matters because muscle loss isn't just about strength, it's directly tied to balance, mobility, and independence as you get older. Fighting it isn't optional, it's one of the most important things you can do for long-term health. Eggs are what's called a complete protein, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids your body needs for muscle repair, in a very efficient, affordable package. The problem this solves: getting high-quality protein without needing to overhaul your entire diet or spend a fortune on specialty protein products. One egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality protein, small but efficient, and easy to build on throughout the day. The real risk factor: how you cook and pair them. Now, here's the part that actually matters more than the egg itself. According to the 2026 American Heart Association guidance, heart-healthy eating patterns are generally low in foods that are often eaten alongside eggs. Think processed meats like bacon and sausage, and heavy amounts of butter. It's not usually the egg causing the problem. It's the plate around the egg: 3 strips of bacon, buttery toast, hash browns fried in oil. Ever notice how just eggs for breakfast somehow turns into a 700-calorie, high-saturated fat plate? Yeah, that's not the egg's fault. The problem this solves: misplaced blame. If your cholesterol numbers are a concern, the bacon and butter deserve far more scrutiny than the egg does. Smart pairing: cook eggs with olive oil instead of butter. Pair with vegetables or whole grain toast instead of processed meats. And you shift the entire plate in a heart-healthy direction. Existing conditions and individual variation now. An important nuance here: not everyone responds to dietary cholesterol the exact same way. Some people are what researchers call hyper-responders, meaning their blood cholesterol reacts more noticeably to dietary cholesterol than the average person. And if you have existing heart disease, diabetes, or elevated LDL cholesterol, your doctor may still recommend being more mindful of overall egg intake as part of your specific situation. This is exactly why just eat as many eggs as you want isn't quite right. Either it's genuinely individual, based on your personal health history and current cholesterol levels. The problem this solves: blindly following either extreme total avoidance or unlimited consumption without considering your own specific health picture. If you have known heart disease or elevated cholesterol, a quick conversation with your doctor about your specific numbers is worth far more than any general guideline. And now, here's the number I promised you earlier, the recommended portion that might genuinely surprise you. Let's get into it. The recommended portion. All right, here's the number. According to American Heart Association guidance, healthy adults can generally include up to a whole egg or its equivalent every single day as part of a heart-healthy diet. And here's the surprising part for older adults specifically. With healthy cholesterol levels, that guidance suggests up to 2 eggs a day can be reasonably included, given their nutritional benefits and convenience. If you spent years limiting yourself to 1 egg a week out of fear, that's a pretty significant gap between what you were doing and what current guidance actually supports. This doesn't mean everyone should eat 2 eggs daily. It means the old, rigid, almost none advice doesn't reflect where the science actually stands today. The problem this solves: years of unnecessary restriction on an affordable, nutrient-dense food based on guidance that's since been updated. Practical approach: if your cholesterol levels are healthy and you don't have existing heart conditions, 1 to 2 eggs a day, prepared simply, fits comfortably within a heart-healthy pattern. So let's make this practical. Here's how to build the best egg-based plate. Pair your eggs with vegetables: spinach, tomatoes, peppers for fiber and micronutrients. Choose whole grain toast over white bread for extra fiber. Cook with olive oil instead of butter when possible. And skip the processed breakfast meats most days, saving them for occasional treats rather than daily staples. It's a small shift: same eggs, same effort, completely different impact on your overall heart health pattern. The problem this solves: turning a potentially unhealthy breakfast plate into a genuinely heart-healthy one, without giving up the foods you actually enjoy. Let's bring it all together. Dietary cholesterol isn't the primary concern current guidelines once made it out to be. Your protein needs actually increase after 60, and eggs are an efficient source. The real risk usually comes from what's cooked or paired alongside the eggs, not the eggs themselves. Individual health conditions matter and are worth discussing with your doctor. And current guidance supports up to 1 to 2 eggs daily for most healthy older adults. Your body's needs change with age. That doesn't mean the foods you enjoy are automatically off limits. It means learning how to work with your body, not against outdated fears. One important note before we wrap up this is general nutrition information based on current guidance, not personalized medical advice. If you have existing heart disease, diabetes, or elevated cholesterol, please talk to your doctor about what's specifically right for you. Your personal health history matters more than any general guideline. If this cleared up some confusion for you, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. In my next video, I'm covering the foods that actually do deserve more caution after 60, the ones nobody talks about. Now I want to hear from you. Comment below and let me know how you usually eat your eggs. I'll tell you if it lines up with what we covered today. I read every single comment. This is Biotic Blueprint, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hi,
Eat smart,
everyone.
stay strong.
Welcome to Biotic Blueprint.